Good question. I think of, and I hope that as y'all have talked to me over the past 2 days, you realize that I'm a pretty passionate person, and I think if you talk to folks at DOT and the team members there, they would tell you maybe too passionate sometimes. But I care about where I'm from, and I happen to be from here. I've run a large organization, probably the unconventional pick at DOT, but when you look at what we've accomplished as an agency, by sheer passion, because it wasn't because we were flush with funds, of a team that really wanted to do things. I think you've seen that, and I think it's the same issues at the county. It's tough budget times. It's a team that loves where they're from, that wants to do good things, that wants to continue to push our county forward. And I think what the team needs is someone that's going to help lead them that way. I think the 5 of you provide great direction and are passionate. I mean, each of you have taken these jobs on, not for the money, not for the publicity, but to make something happen for our county. And I think you need someone here that's going to have that passion with you and be willing to work around the clock to make sure we're doing what's right for this county. And I will assure you, you will have that from me.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, and I keep wanting to go before Commissioner Conkey, so don't ask my questions. But Commissioner Stewart once again asked something that came out in your answer, Stephanie, that I want to follow up on. I think it's very important. As you look at your extensive resume from many years with the late Tilly Fowler, who all of us, I know, I wasn't fortunate to know her, but appreciated her and the vision she had, and you know, the things that she was able to accomplish and what she stood for. That being said, moving with FDOT under our former Governor Jeb Bush, and then now with our now former Governor Charlie Crist, so much experience on the federal and state level, which actually make you a very attractive candidate for many reasons we've discussed here today, and some of the things that you've been able to inform us about. With that being said, discuss any the experiences, another little two-part question, that you've had with local government during that time, but also how would you overcome the lack of experience with local government as far as the various functions that we do. It may be fire rescue, it may be code enforcement, it may be building permitting, and sure in the infrastructure areas you're familiar with FDOT, maybe animal control, but elaborate on that a little bit. So first, the experiences in your roles that you've had up to now with local government, how would you first move into that, and have you been prepared to assume that role, including working for 5 elected bosses?
Well, and I'll start by saying I'm in my current job, you report to the governor. But the reality of it is you report to the governor, you report to 120 legislators. And the reality of it is because building a work program at DOT is a bottoms-up approach, we work very closely with the MPOs and the county commissions around the state. So I think when you see, I've been before county commissions before on important projects, important topics. We meet with them regularly because it is important. I mean, the reality of it is our work program should be really your priorities put into our program. And so I think when you look at that, have had quite a bit of interaction at the local level with local officials and public works directors and the appropriate staff at the county level. When you look at, second question was?
Various functions of county government that maybe you got in more of the transportation, infrastructure, road, bridges, but dealing with the various departments and what they do.
Well, I think anytime you come into a new organization, and I did this when I became secretary at DOT, is spending time with the team. And I think what you have to do, and what I would be interested in doing and would like to do, is spend a couple of days with each of those functions. So you get to know the people, you get to know what their challenges are, what their ideas are. I mean, the reality of it is some staff won't stand up in a bigger meeting and say, I have an idea, or I think we should do things differently. But when you're out there with them and it's one-on-one, they're going to share more ideas. I get more ideas at DOT when you sit in the field with some of the guys who are saying, why don't we do it this way? Why don't we do it this way? And so I think that's important. So I think managing is managing, whether it's a big organization at the state level or a county organization. think part of it is understanding the team and understanding what they do, how they do it, and to let them know too, you're going to roll up your sleeves and help. You're a part of that solution. So I think that would be the key for me in getting to know the different functions, is really spending time with them.
Right. Thank you. Commissioner Conkey. Commissioner Davis.
What do you think, though it may be somewhat prejudice since you have familiarity with the county, what do you think is our greatest strength? And then conversely, our greatest weakness or obstacle to overcome?
I think greatest strength are the people that live here. I mean, even talking to the other candidates that are going to come before you, the one thing they commented is how friendly people are. And not just y'all, but the people they met last night, the people they've interacted with since they've been in our county. And I think that's so true. And so I think getting businesses to come here, that's what we need to exploit. I mean, they talk about our schools and they're great things, and we have great land and all those good things, but I think the people are probably our biggest asset here. And I think that's why people want to live here. They may work in Jacksonville, but they want to live here.
And the converse?
You know, I think some of our challenges are, I think some of it may be self-imposed a little bit. We always think we're second to Jacksonville, and I think we need to change that mentality, because we should be a partner with Jacksonville. We should be a partner with Duval County. We're a great area. We have a lot to offer, and I think sometimes mentally we've let that lapse, is always kind of maybe being a little adversarial too, feeling like we're second to them when we're truly not. And I think we've got to stand up and do what we need to do to provide for this county and to bring business here and to continue to keep our community the way we want it.
In the short term, the long term is easy, economic development, and do all the relationships and all the things we all talk about. In the short term, any idea of what can be done, started, initiated, that could help while we're working on the longer term objectives?
Related to the budget? So
economic development and some additional industry jobs in the county, that kind of thing.
Well, I think two things. I think we've got to be a partner with the chamber, and I think we've got to show a presence in trying to bring business here, meaning the commission, the county staff, because I think they need to show that we're a part of this community and we want them here, and we're going to work on their issues if we can get them to come here. And I think that's probably the biggest thing we can do in the short term, is get our face out there. And I think this governor is going to be doing a lot of traveling to bring businesses in here, and I think we need to be a part of that.
Thank you. Okay, that's two.